What up, everybody? It's your boy Barrett Raven here with Realty Austin in Austin, Texas. So one question that I have been getting asked a ton lately is, have I watched the Netflix show Selling Sunset? And if I have, what are my thoughts? So yes, my wife and I have definitely watched Selling Sunset, all the seasons. It's amazing. I love it. I would watch it again in a heartbeat. It's really hard to see Chriselle going into all those situations and just either being misunderstood or like totally screwed or like bullied and picked on. So I'm definitely on team Chriselle. And Mary's awesome too. Mary, love you. But yeah, I think just like being in that industry, it's really fascinating to see and to watch those dynamics play out. But at the same time, it almost feels like a different industry. It's like so far removed from my day to day. So these ladies and a couple guys, they're like twin brothers who own the brokerage. The show mostly revolves around maybe like 8 or 9 women who sell luxury real estate in Los Angeles, specifically mostly just off of the Sunset Strip. So very different from Austin, very different from Pflugerville, very different from Sunset Valley. But I think the show is freaking awesome. So I wanted to get that out of the way. It's very different from what I do, but I really like it. Now, I would say if I had to boil like my critiques of the show down to just 3 things, they would be this. First off, the show almost makes it seem like these ladies just sit around in the office and talk about rings and jewelry and their boyfriends and husbands, and then they just like waltz into a $10 million listing and they get to sell it. But I know that those ladies work a lot harder than what the show makes it seem like they do. Like making connections with a lot of these people takes years, sometimes decades. So yeah, these ladies have got to be like super connected in the community. So they have to build relationships and maintain those relationships enough to where these people are going to trust them with their $10 million asset. And that is definitely not a small thing. I am sure these ladies do a ton all throughout the year to provide value to these super like high net worth individuals. My second critique, and I've actually said this about other real estate shows like $1 Million Listing, it is one of my biggest pet peeves when I see Christine, for example, on Selling Sunset, sell a $10 million home. She goes to a cocktail bar with another realtor and they're like, my client will pay, $9 million. And Christine's like, no, 10.5. And the other agent's like, 10 million. And that's my final offer. That's our best and final offer. And Christine's like, hold on, let me go make a call. Hey, okay, we have a deal. And then they shake on it. It's like, it's done. And then it flashes at the bottom of the screen. Christine's commission, $300,000. That's crazy. That is not how it works. I know it's not how it works here in Texas, and I know for dang sure that is not how it works in California. So first off, the deal is not done when you shake someone's hand and say, I agree to pay this much for your house. The deal is done when you get the contract in, lawyers review it, inspections are done, all the terrifying issues come up in a home inspection. They're doing roof inspections, stucco inspections, window inspections, foundation, structural engineer inspections, plumbing inspections. There's all kinds of crazy inspections that happen and terrifying things that come up, and buyer and seller have to negotiate those things that come up, and that takes a ton of work, a ton of coordination, a ton of scheduling, a ton of knowledge, and that stuff takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of work. And of course, these shows, like, that's not super sexy to show or talk about. And I know that all these ladies are doing that stuff, but the show just doesn't show it. And then to say that Christine gets $300,000 from that sale is like a bit disingenuous, honestly. First off, I know she's paying her broker a split of that 300 grand. Then she's got business and marketing expenses, which can be massive. I know she's paying taxes on that stuff. In California, I hear taxes are pretty high. Then again, I know they don't show this either on the show, but I know that she does have a team. And so she's paying the salaries of people, whether she sells anything or not. So like when you really start breaking apart the $300,000 commission that she earned, she's not keeping anywhere close to $300,000. Not even close. Again, I'm not even selling $10 million houses, but if you know anyone who wants to buy or sell a $10 million house, please send them my way. We will knock it out of the park for them. So yeah, there's definitely more that we could pick apart and critique about not just this show, but just shows like this. But in the end, I think it's a really good show because it's entertaining. They're not trying to show us the ins and outs of a real estate transaction or like the real job of a real estate agent. They're just trying to show us drama, interesting houses, interesting ladies. But again, I just want to say that I know these women work so much harder at their jobs to earn what they do than the show portrays. Hope that answers that question. Let me know if y'all have any questions about that. My info will be below this video, and I hope to see y'all sooner rather than later. Bye. Mwah.